I miss the film. I'm really excited to get rolling on the feature because I want to come back, play around more with lenses and fangs and wedding dresses and blood. I mean, we had everything in this film. You know, vampires, guns, churches, weddings. I mean, like, we totally ran the gamut, which was awesome. So, I'm totally excited to do the next step, I guess. So, yeah, it was a great experience. I really had a ball, and everything was. The people were great, and yeah, it was just really fun. It definitely an important thing in my life. You know, it was a big deal. It is a big deal for me. So
I wish that we would have had, like, if we could have had some investors or some money coming our way for this. Like, Tom has so much energy that he puts into like the movie, into the script, into the story, into he has this whole idea of, like, he's got this whole, like, the whole movie all thought up, the whole story, and he is just like, he's like a dreamer basically, where he has it all, all thought up, and there's so much energy, and it's just uh, like, it'd be great to get some more work together again with Tom and with Michael and with Patty. Definitely, like, I really enjoyed working with everyone on the set really, and just Tom has so many great ideas as far as what he wants to do, just with this short film, what he wants to do in the long run. Like, it would be really a great thing to keep the ball rolling, keep going with this project, and take it to the next step. And
A lot of people who've seen the short film keep asking me questions about the backstory. Tell me more about these characters. Tell me what happens. You keep talking about this feature film version of your short film, The Union. I want to know what happens in the feature. And so, uh, I'm going to spoil it, to you guys, those that are, able to, watch the bonus features. Basically, there is a backstory to the Union. Vincent and Lithia, yes, they are vampires, and Lancaster is the bodyguard of Lithia. For the feature film, the backstory is essentially Vincent and Lithia have been together for a very long time, without revealing that they're vampires. Lithia is actually pregnant with Vincent's baby, and Vincent is now extremely enraged at the fact that Lithia has now been rescued by somebody of her own coven, and also Vincent is like, okay, how many more people of that coven exist, and how is this? And so it's basically the war is going to start over again. The short film ends and leaves things open ended. But I want to tell people out there that have watched the short and have kind of tuned in on this little featurette. But Lancaster now has to become this sort of father figure. He has to become not just the protector, but Vincent. We see Vincent getting and mobilizing an army together to go against Lancaster and Lithia. At this point, Vincent's going to do whatever he needs to either get the baby away or kill the baby and kill Lithia. And Lancaster in the feature, after the short film ends, Lancaster and Lithia go back to his apartment where we see where Lancaster lives in this high rise kind of neo Gothic industrial city high rise apartment, and they're packing up, they're getting ready to leave, and Lancaster actually rides a motorcycle, a big old Harley, and this guy, I mean, he's a computer whiz. He's got tons of guns. I mean, all this guy does, other than protect Lithia, is he reads and he writes. And so this guy is very knowledgeable. He's like a scholar, a historian, if you will. And and the guy works out. The guy is really physically fit and has to be because that's his role. And so hopefully someday when the feature comes out, you can see more of Vincent, more of Lithia, and see more of Lancaster. And the feature script is being written right now. It's not completed yet, but it is being written. It is being developed, and it is going to be an exciting project to work on.
Overall, this has been a great experience for me. It's probably been one of my favorite independent projects to work on. I know, like, on the scope of this, again, I've said it before and I'll say it again, the scope of this being such a low budget project with the potential to go places and with the potential to go anywhere, with it being such a low budget project, I've never worked on an independent project like this with such a $1 million film. It was like an independent project with zero to no budget, but at the same time, I felt like I was working on a project with $4 million, $1 million to $4 million. I know a lot of actors can relate to this, especially working as an actor in a film. You get babied. I think it's one of the perks of being an actor is being babied, having makeup artists come up to you every 5 seconds and adjust your makeup and powder you up, having wardrobe come up to you and making sure making sure that your wardrobe fits nice and that your collar is straight and that you look good and there's no dust on your shirt, and having a director come up to you and work with you and try and get the best performance out of you possible, having the lighting person filling the room with lights, trying to make you the actor look at all of these people coming together to try and make you the actor look as perfect as you possibly can be on this set. And that's what it was. And for an independent project like this, I just absolutely loved everyone. I loved the crew. I loved how everybody came together. I loved all the attention that we got. It made me really want to work hard because it really made me appreciate my involvement in this project. And again, I really hope with the script, with the potential this thing has, with Tom and his potential to be a great director and to push this thing somewhere, and with the originality of the script, I hope, I definitely want this thing to be something that will go somewhere. But I almost think I don't want to do this project. I do not want to make this into a feature. I don't want this to go anywhere without the same people working on it again. I want to work only with Tom. I want to work with Chris. I want to work with, Patricia. And I want to work with a lot of the same crew. I want them behind me because everyone did such a great job and everyone made me feel so good about working on this project. I definitely want it to go places, but I want it to go places with all of us.
Coming to Utah, I was able to meet with a lot of filmmakers who have gone on to have a lot of success. And what's so kind of in a way frustrating is a lot of these filmmakers that I've met that have gone on to have their successes have been in terms of age and college education have been really close. A couple of these filmmakers I actually knew while I was in college, while they were going to college, and they were doing short films and I was doing short films. They found money for all their features, and I'm almost 2 years out of college and I'm still trying to find money for my feature. I would say to people out there, I'd like to have a chance someday to make a feature, and if it doesn't happen, it's not a big deal. But I think that this short film is a perfect example of what I can do, or what my friends and I can do with no money. The actual budget of the film was around $400 or $500. So it's pretty shocking when people hear this, but and that money was all friends and relatives. And I think now it's time to step up to the plate with this short film, with all my friends and my actors behind me. I think it's time for the people out there, whoever's got the money, the magical keys, the investors, producers, whatever you want to call them, people that are looking to produce projects, it's time for them to, possibly step up to the plate as well. And we'll see what happens. I think that this film, will do well as a feature. And I think that if it becomes a feature, that's great. And if it doesn't, we're still gonna keep plowing away until we get there. And I think we'll get there.